Welcome back to the channel, boys. Fat Balloonski's coming at your neck with this Necrotic Grip Thorn build. Now with this build, I'm obviously trying to focus on using Thorn, trying to focus on using Necrotic Grip because these two pair together and they're extremely powerful for ad clear, as well as spam my super or try to spam my super as much as I can. So let's go ahead and break this down. So of course, we're on my favorite subclass in the game right now, Shadebinder. This is how I got it set up. We're using the Dust Field Grenades. We only got the two aspects, so this is what I'm rocking right here. And then my fragments are as followed. We got Whisper of Endurance. We got Whisper of Hedrons. These two cancel out. I'm getting the plus. Well, it's negating each other, so I'm getting no plus or no negative, I guess. And then we got Whisper of Bonds. Give me some more super energy. Takes away my intellect and discipline, though, which that's fine with me. And then we got Whisper of Refraction, so I get slowed. Or if I kill slowed or frozen targets, I get class ability energy. The whole Shadebinder Warlock is about slowing and freezing enemies, so this is perfect for that. This setup works really well because Thorn gets a damage buff, and then if I freeze them, that damage buff stacks with it, so I'm going to be shredding through ads with this setup. Now, since this is a Necrotic Grip Thorn build, your loadout has to include Thorn, so if you don't have that, I think you can buy it from the kiosk. I'm not too sure, but Thorn is a monster pair with this exotic, so get it, get it, it is so good. And then we're using my first and last out. I'm using my auto-loading demo roll. I can switch to Vorpal, but for this one I want to be able to get my grenade back because I do have low discipline. So I have auto-loading demo and then I have a boss spec on it. And for my heavy, I'm using Outrageous Fortune because I was taking this into a Nightfall, but honestly your heavy can be anything if you want to use like Falling Guillotine or Behringer's Memory. I was using this because it's solar. So let's go over our stats now. We got 44 mobility, we got 39 resilience, we got 82 recovery. I wanted to get this to 100, but the way my armor was rolled, I wasn't able to. But 82 is pretty high, so I'll take that. We got 33 discipline. Like I was saying, my discipline is rather low, so using a demolitionist weapon will help me combat this. We also have 28 intellect. Now this is really low as well, but the way my mods are, the way my subclass is set up, I'll be able to get this back much faster, or my super back much faster. And then we got a flat 100 strength because Necrotic Grip works off of melee energy or melee kills, so I want to be able to use my melee as much as I can. Alright, so let's start with the helmet here. We got a minor discipline mod. We got double hands on, so I gain bonus super energy on melee kills. Necrotic Grip shreds through ads whenever you get melee kills or just do a melee attack. So having two of these is going to give me even more super energy. And then we got Radiant Light. Casting your super causes nearby allies to become charged with light, but then I get plus 20 strength because I'm using another arc mod, and that's how I'm able to hit that 100 strength stat. Now on to my exotic piece of choice, the Necrotic Grip. And if you do not have these, I mean, if you're a Warlock main, you need to go get these like immediately. They are so potent. Now the armor perk that comes on is Grasp of the Devourer. Damaging combatants with melee attack corrupts them with increasing damage over time. Defeating corrupted combatants spreads the corrupting effect to nearby targets and restores melee energy. Now I don't know if it's bugged or not, but I didn't notice a difference in restoring melee energy. Now maybe it was just so minuscule that I didn't notice, or maybe it's just bugged, I don't know. But it definitely spreads the corruption and it is strong. You can clear whole ads with this. And if you notice, this is called Grasp of the Devourer, right? And then the armor perk on Thorn, or the weapon perk on Thorn, is Mark of the Devourer. So these two are intentionally supposed to work together, which I love. I'm so excited because this could mean so much for the future if that's that they're going to start pairing exotics or exotic weapons with exotic armor pieces, or maybe tied to subclasses or classes in general. I don't know, but the fact that this is intentional, it just makes me so excited because it is such a potent combo. It really makes Thorn feel truly exotic. I mean, it already felt exotic, but this turns into another level. Now the mods that I have on it, I have a minor strength mod. I got hand cannon loader because the Thorn reload speed is pretty slow, although you can pick up the little floating orbs. I just like to have a bit faster reload speed. This is just me. If you don't want to use this, you can always use something like momentum transfer or maybe fastball if you like that, whatever it is, but I just like using the hand cannon loader. And I got unstoppable hand cannon because I did take this into a Nightfall. Me and my friend, we two-manned a 1250, the Scarlet Keep. So yeah, it's that good that you can two-man the Scarlet Keep with this. We are pretty high light level, but still it's not easy task to do. We got taking charge, become charge light by picking up an orb of power. I have a masterwork shotgun, plus my friends use masterwork weapons, casting supers and all that, so picking up an orb will make me become charge light. Now on my chest piece, we got another strength mod. Then we got sniper damage resistance, and we have concussive dampener. I figured whenever I was close enough to the enemy, I would just blast them away with my shotgun anyway, so I felt no need to run melee damage resist, although it would be, I guess, a pretty good idea anyway. But since I don't have a sniper or any long range weaponry to take care of them, I figured that sniper damage resistance would help me a lot. Plus it's not just snipers, it's any combatants that's far away. So if it was like a wizard or something like that, I take less damage from them, and we all know wizards are super annoying. And then we got concussive dampener, so that way I take less damage from like the night fire pool thing, boss stomps, and so on. I'm also using quick charge, become charged with light by rapidly defeating multiple combatants with fusion rifles or shotguns. And then I have the secondary perk on it, greatly increases the ready speed of fusion rifles, shotguns, submachine guns, and swords. Now I'm using my first and last out, so using this, I think you only need to get like 2 kills, maybe 3. I think it's 2 though, and you become charged with light, which is perfect. Then I spawn an orb and I become charged with light again, so it's a perfect combo. On my legs, I have a recovery mod. I got grenade launcher scavenger, and then we got supercharge, so I can have 2 more stacks of charge with light. So now I have a total of 4 stacks of charge with light. And on my warlock bond, we got a minor recovery mod. Now we got double perpetuation mods, reduces class ability cooldown when using your class ability. And then we got energy converter. While charged with light, using your grenade attack grants you super energy, consuming all stacks of charge with light. The more stacks you have, the more energy you can gain, up to a maximum of 50% of your super energy, but it does take away 10 discipline, so I'll take that hit right there. But being able to get my super back just for using my grenade is extremely powerful. I've used this mod multiple times, and honestly it's one of my favorites in the game because I love using my super a lot. So anything that's going to be able to allow me to use that and use my super a lot, get my super energy back, I love weapons with thresh on them as well. I guess you could say if you wanted to shotgun with this build, if you wanted to shotgun with thresh on it, it could work as well. Now I did try this with the berserker mod. When your super ends, you gain a temporary damage bonus depending on how many enemies you killed and whatever. But I found that I wasn't able to always take advantage of that damage buff. I felt like I was killing all the enemies, and then by the time I got to the next group of enemies, or they spawned or whatever, I had like maybe a second left, or it was just gone completely. So even though it was a good idea, it didn't really work when on paper it sounds good, but when you put it into play, it wasn't that good. I mean, maybe you can find usage out of it. I just wasn't able to, so I went with this setup instead. And here's my warlock fashion. I absolutely love the chest piece. I like the fur on the back. I like the thorns or horns or whatever you want to call it right here. It just looks so nice, and then the helmet works really nice with it as well. These two work, although they're different armor pieces, they work really well together. And then Necrotic grip with the green glow right there, oh man, it's sick. So if you like these shaders, they will be in the description below. The Necrotic grip Thorn combo is probably one of the best ad clearing combos in the game. The fact that it simply puts the perk of Necrotic grip onto Thorn, so whenever you get a kill of Thorn, it does the little corruption explosion and spreads it to nearby enemies. It does that, but on Thorn, and that is so strong because not only are you spreading corruption, you're killing ads, but then you're also spawning the little soul orbs thing, which is reload your Thorn, give you that damage buff, and then it chains other nearby enemies. And then you can just do it with your melee as well. Using Shadebinder, you got the nice range and the melee attack, which they buffed, so now it feels great. You're gonna shoot your little ice ball melee thing, freeze the enemies, spread corruption, they're all gonna die. You're gonna get the oh man, it is so powerful. It is so powerful. And that is just one side of this build. I was also using a super regeneration part. We're using energy converter and using hands-on and such things, plus the, whisper of refractions, I think, or whisper of bonds. Whisper of bonds is the one I'm thinking of. So I was getting my super back, plus having insane ad clear from Thorn Necrotic grip. And then once I got my super, that's insane ad clear as well. I had so much fun with this build. Like, I truly felt like a dark guardian. In one hand I had stasis, which is a darkness power. I was freezing all these enemies, causing that chain reaction. And in the other hand, I had Thorn the Necrotic grip, which is like what, soul fire or hive magic or whatever you want to call it, poison corruption. So on the other hand, I had that, and I was spreading corruption, melting acid, whatever you want to say, destroying all these ads with that darkness combo. And then stasis, oh man, I felt like the true dark guardian, and I loved it. Now coming in the future, I can almost, predict or just have a really good guess that we are going to get hive powers in the next DLC, right? We're going to get soul fire or corruption, whatever you want to call it, that green stuff that hive use. We're probably going to get that as our next darkness subclass. At least I think so. The whole community thinks so. So using that and then paired with this, you're going to be like the ultimate hive magic warrior, right? You're going to be spreading corruption, and then however those subclasses working, you're going to be using the corruption or hive magic from those subclasses. It's going to be so fun. I'm definitely going to use this build again once that new subclass comes out, if it's the hive magic, of course. But if you guys like this content, please like, subscribe, and share. It truly helps me out a lot. You can also check out my other videos. Links are in the description below. I have a lot of crazy builds, so go ahead and check that out. And you might as well follow my social media. I have a Twitter and an Instagram, both at fat_bloonskis. But with all that being said, deuces.